Just yawning at the general idea of doing mind only.
Mind only is exciting.
Said one person ever.
The only other person who has to write a lot about it or translate a lot about it.
Are you ready again?
Hey, I don't do anything during the homework.
All right.
I just nod wisely.
When I nod, it's not wise. All right, we'll start. Let's see.
Let's go.
All right.
Ooh.
Big enough?
A little bigger would be nice, I think.
Yeah, okay. Better?
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right, let's begin. It might sound like our last quiz, but it's not.
We got that one already.
We had really similar subject matter.
Yeah.
But,
Are you looking for Tusum Gom Sum here?
No. You think?
no, it's not that much like the last quiz. What makes seeds that have been in you forever grow?
Yikes.
Correct view.
News.
No. So bad seeds need correct view? I don't think so.
I know, but the
External
one
factors. New seeds.
Good advice, good teaching.
Classroom time.
Listening
External
to
factors.
I like the fact that people are alive
No,
in my class.
I guess we are all thinking that this one's forever means the one that they say is the emptiness. But I guess we are all wrong.
Yeah.
We're talking about the bad seeds.
Your efforts to practice good teachings.
Yeah, I like our answers. Let's reveal what was here. Meeting with the right condition, which then imbues them with power.
Come in.
Someone's iPhone agrees with me. Okay. What do we literally mean when we say to nurture, grow, or bring about a seed?
Whoa.
Cause it to ripen.
Yep, more literal that you're right, Nick, but more literal than that.
Create the causes.
Nope, that's less literal.
A
small seed became medium and medium became big.
Oh, yeah. Did you know, Seiji said it goes from small to medium and then to medium to big.
Yeah, how'd you know that, Seiji?
He's observed it in my tree.
He was actually paying attention in the class.
Nah.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's
Or
the
he stole it.
exact answer. If I wasn't so cheap, I'd give you money.
Yeah.
I probably made him feel really happy.
He already knows. Okay. Why do seeds from listening help further your innate Buddha nature seeds? Maybe this is your time to shine, Hasso. I don't know.
What?
It resonates with your inner emptiness.
Oh my God. That is the exact answer.
Who
Maybe
said
my
that?
goal is more interesting than I thought it was.
Because they resonate.
So, are you taking that pill that you were teaching about in the?
That was Oscar.
That was Oscar.
That was
Oscar.
Oscar.
Oh, it's Oscar. Okay.
Wow. That was cool.
What's
Did
that
I remember the okay.
Also gave about the party pill.
Party pills. Is the best.
Now nobody has time for partying here.
I forgot to white out one of my
Only babies.
Tibetan words. Okay, what's Tewa mean?
Wow, that's a tough.
Yeah. it's
Nurture.
hard. Huh?
Nurture.
Yay! What's a synonym
Fatten up.
in Tibetan? But you're right. What was yawning during my class, Geshe?
I'm sorry. I had a long day.
Gepard is the synonym. What's it again?
Yeah. You want a Tibetan synonym or an English synonym? Okay.
I said it, Gepard. I was just asking.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to do one whiteout one, but anyway, Chuki Ying.
Ying.
The realm of is.
Ying.
Yay.
Perfect. Hey, Nick, you want to be a deer and explain to our newbies why this is pronounced Ying?
I guess so. Usually if there's a pa with a yatak, meaning like the B letter with the Y under it, it's pronounced ja. Because yeah. Anyway, and then when you add a tau, it becomes a ya. I don't know how else to explain that.
That's it.
Okay.
I think they might be wondering why we're not saying letters, so I'm just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the last one is I'm gonna say it. It's Songrap Yenlak Chukni. What's that mean?
The 12 parts of the teachings, the 12 components of the teachings.
Yay! Exactly.
Yay. Cool ski.
All right. I sort of translated something.
Wait, what's that mean?
That means it's not very good, but I did it.
Data channel nga ke densa ke nung da papa nandu densa ke ba chubano. Given all that, data channel, okay, given all that, let's just give a summary of let's give a summary of the position taken by the mind-only school according to the teachings of the Densong scripture. Because he also didn't know who
wrote it,
and the Arya, what's the number of day?
Vimuktisena.
Vimuktisena. So he says, let's try to summarize all these points that we've been making. Let's try to summarize the previous points made from the teaching called The Secret Meaning and from the Arya Vimuktisena. Here we go. And here's a short quotation. Shendag Rigni KJ Duki Kebayina. This is a very interesting idea, and I was trying to bring it up the other day, and we got off the subject. But some people say, okay, Shendak, say that Rick, okay, is a characteristic of all 6 doors of sense.
Oh,
okay. Meaning that
awareness.
Rick, what do you want to know? Rick meaning Rangshan Merik.
Oh,
Tathagata Garbha, the womb of enlightenment, the Buddha nature. Some people say it's inherent in the 6 doors of sense. It lives in the 6 doors of sense. Okay. And that position is repeated in several places, okay? It's not so crazy. It lives in your 6 doors of perception. That's pretty cool.
Is this K-Potter a feature then? And
yeah, it's an adjective of your 6 doors of sense. It's just one of the qualities of your 6 doors of sense.
Okay.
It lives. Your Buddha nature lives in your 6 capacities to perceive the world. That's pretty sexy to me. I don't know. That Rick can be divided into 2 types. That the seeds which are Kenki Yandapalangma.
The type that have to be taken up by a condition. Or
yeah,
further.
Lang means created in the sense of those which arise through the influence of Kent. Okay. Okay. Those which are langba is the active verb
Len.
up to arise. You see what I mean? Those which are caused by, really, those which are caused to arise by factors. Okay. And that's like to samgong.
Mm-hmm.
And then those which are inside of you by nature. Okay.
Yeah.
So he says here, all kinds of rig. What do you want to call it? Because we've been calling it a seed of enlightenment, but I'd like to use a word that means more like type or.
I don't know.
We need a word for
Nature-
rig.
Nature.
I like nature.
Good.
I'll go for it. I like it. I like it. Which I hate to say I agree with you, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear what it was he said.
I like the word nature, which word suggested. So
Yeah, thank
your inner nature, whether it's planted by study, etc., or whether it's something you've had for a time with no beginning, it lives in your sense organs, including the mind. Okay, including the mind. It lives in your awareness. Is what they're saying. It lives in your life force. The fact that you're not dead, in that light, it lives in that light. Okay, your nature, your Buddha nature. Okay, cool. I like nature. Yeah. Okay. So. She Jungwa Dang. What you see in scripture, this quotation, Dang Digbar Yang Giro. I think it's pretty good.
Oh,
I
I
think
think it's okay.
Yep, I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So he says, if you want to know the position of the mind-only school, there's this quotation that you see in scripture, and I think it's pretty right on. Digpa. I think it's pretty right on. In modern Tibetan, what does Digpa mean? Digpa.
Jikine means
It's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, would it be okay if I went to town today? Digidube. And then the teacher says, Digidu. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Tough. It's a tough. By the way, Grandpa, due to the kindness of ALL and the Gold Clubs, went and found this quotation. It is in fact written by
Muktisana?
Vimukti Sena, yeah, who's mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you know what's strange about this quotation?
It's 100% correct.
Yeah, it's correct.
Hmm.
They didn't even have a database. How they did that stuff, I don't know. Okay. All right, good. I wouldn't say well put as much as correct or something. You see what I mean? There's a difference between praising the presentation and saying it's correct.
Yeah, I picked well put because Drik literally means like to put or place or arrange. Right?
That's good too. You can dig the beams of a building, for example.
Yeah, and that can mean like correct in English. That's why I chose that.
That's pretty cool. That's a good reason for the mistake. Just kidding.
So be it.
Dig can also mean, did you make the arrangements or something like that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good word as usual. Boringly correct.
Okay, your turn, boss. I'm gonna.
All right. Good. It's a good job, though. It's a good homework. And I really appreciate the mixed nuts you're really doing some good homeworks. And I really appreciate the effort. I work hard on this stuff. And it makes me really happy when I see other people work hard on it. Okay. All right. Let's get some faces up here. There's the quotation, by the way, word. And it's a little bit interesting to see what comes before and after it. the sentence before says, some people believe that the Rangshin Nerik is Parche Mepa itself.
Has no obstacles.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's a reference to Parche Melon, which would make some sense.
Right.
Or maybe it just means the uninterrupted nature inside of a human being, but what this sentence before does clarify is that the Rik mentioned in our quotation is certainly referring to
Rangshin Nerik.
functionary. Good, because it's just mentioned. Yeah. And then after the word Rangshin to Nepo, it says, these kinds of people, I think they should have mentioned why it's called Rangshin Nerik. Okay. Why is the Rik in Rangshin Nerik referred to with the word Rangshin? I think somebody should explain it. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right, here we go. This is a long one. Let's pick someone who's in Asia and very fresh, like Suge.
Oh.
Okay, Suge, be tough on him. He gets everything right. He deserves some criticism.
He's tough. He's right.
I get plenty of criticism.
No, I'm not talking about spouses. Word.
neither am I. If you're listening at home.
That doesn't even count. Okay, go ahead.
Tena. Lopen tokmeki shepe rikseni pani. Ngar tempa paryin la lopen di yi shung kashik tu chuni ten tang. Chuni rik shen chungwa teyang kam jangchu yunten trinle shid jebu poinchok sum excuse me, Mundu.
That's Mun with a Brooklyn accent.
Moin.
You got any coffee?
Mundu jepe tentam tungyurwa la riksun jokpashin. Chuni te la mikne lam la bepe tekpa sungi yunten Jungwan Gyurwa Tamla Ten Rikki Tane Dopayinte.
Nice. It's a long, difficult sentence. Okay. Dena lopen to make a shit. But this is questionable. I mean, or was it? Shit. Okay. Both. I mean, the S is very unusual. It could be correct.
By the position, it could be.
But read it my way first. Okay.
Therefore, Arya Sanga's definition of the type.
It's not senyi. It's senyipa.
Correct or real or
good. Authoritative. Okay. The real authoritative rig.
Therefore, the real type is outlined by Master Sangha.
Is the one accepted by and this is also
what the key?
Yeah, this is also he would have been but anyway, the point is the same. By the way, if you read it with an instrumental, it means this is the authoritative opinion on nature, Buddha nature, as accepted by because it's accepted by Master Sangha.
Okay.
Which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
here's the real position on what is your Buddha nature, since it comes from Master Sangha. It's a very unusual grammar in Tibetan, but it's certainly possible, right? Okay. He says, it's as I mentioned it before. It's as I taught it before. Okay. But so Asangha's own position on, by the way, when I say nature, how many are there?
I mean, 2, right?
Good, yeah. It doesn't mean just Rangshan Nir. It also means the practices which wake it up. And they are both called Rik. They are both called nature. One is inherent nature, and one is in what do you call it? Cultivated nature. Okay. Rik Tsenyipani, Ngartem Betar Yinma. But in this master's shungs, in a couple of this master's shungs, what does that mean?
Texts, books.
Yeah. He says Chinyi is the den and Chinyi is the ring.
It says that the way things exist by their very nature is both the type and the foundation, the basis.
I would read it as Shinyata is the basis and Shinyata is the real nature. Because we haven't gone there yet, have we? We've said that it was beginningless, and we said that it's been there for time with no beginning, but we haven't really described it as it's described in ACI, for example, as your emptiness. Okay, and I think he's going there. So in some of the master's scriptures, he does refer to emptiness as the basis, and he does refer to emptiness as the nature, Shejuma. And then they talk about it in terms of 4 elements, okay, 4 different ideas. Kam, Chanchu, Yunden, and Chinle.
Yeah. Categories.
Yeah.
Enlightenment.
Good.
Good qualities.
Yeah.
And holy activities.
Holy activities. And it says, Chinle Shi, these bring about Lunduche, the result of Kwencho Sum.
These bring about the result of one of the 3 jewels, or all the 3 jewels.
Yeah. And therefore, it can be described, therefore, all it really is a den.
All it really is a basis or foundation.
Yeah, good. But it's also Dokpa Rik.
It also is labeled as or known as a type.
Yeah, it gets the name nature. Okay, Buddha nature. It's given the name nature, but all it really is an opportunity. It's the emptiness of you. It's a beautiful discussion here.
Like potential or something.
Right. It's the basis for your enlightenment. It's not that you have this nature or something. Okay. Because you have emptiness, you have the required basis to turn into a Buddha. And we just call it Rik. We just call it nature, okay? Or family or something like that, okay? Dopashin. Chini de la migne lamla bebe. And if you are mikpa at this particular chini,
if you are focused on this particular emptiness,
good, meaning the foundation, which is your Buddha nature, your emptiness of your body and mind, okay? If you focus on that, and then you bepa towards the path.
Make great efforts in the
practicing the path, then you will get all the good qualities of Tekpasum.
You'll get all the good qualities of the three vehiculars.
Yeah, I like to call it the three tracks. Okay, and because it's because if you focus on it and practice the path, you will get all the high qualities of Buddhism. What is actually just a den, we call it Rik.
Yeah, what actually is a foundation?
Yeah, we call it the nature.
It's known as
But only because it's the foundation. Okay, and if based on that foundation, you make efforts in the path, which is the second kind of Rik, you will become a Buddha, right? And that planting new seeds, because isn't that where our conversation started? Are the seeds there from the beginning, or are they planted new? What's the conclusion?
both, says Jason.
Well, they are one, and they are the second, and they're also a combination of the interaction of the two. There's the original foundation that's always been there, and then you study in the mixed nuts class, and then those two combined create a Buddha. It's very beautiful. Okay, cool. All right. There's some nice discussions of these four, because frankly, it's kind of frustrating that he mentions four things out of the blue here that don't seem connected to anything, and he just and that kind of irritated me, and I was like, well, why didn't he explain what is calm, meaning the category here, what is enlightenment here, what is good quality here, and what is sacred work here? What are they? Why does he talk about them? What's their place? He just goes on, So Grandpa went and got you Abhidharma Samutaya, the presentation of mind only.
By the very same master.
Just called the collection of Abhidharma. Okay. By a Sangha. And if you're in the mood, we could read these four, and you could put them in a footnote. They're not very difficult.
Yeah, let's read them.
Okay, here we go. Who's checking you is Alex Rivas.
All right.
So let's go. Yeah, let's break it here. Okay.
All right. Tigre pe?
Tochenang. Dado. Hey, how do you say that in Chinese, Xiaoping? Let's do it.
是
Huh?
开始做，
You talk.
开始。
Okay. Chula, please read today.
Okay, I'm waiting. Chula tumpa chula nampar. Chupa na rikpa tu shiki nampar chuchena shi chute tupe rikpa tang jawa. Should I keep going?
Please, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably hate it when I do that.
No, it's fine. I'm just making sure. Chawa chepe rikpa tang. Ten tik grub bay.
Shukpe.
Abe.
Hey.
That's a good thing to say.
Chaniki rikpao pao.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help any.
What's that got to do with the four from our paragraph, Grandpa?
Oh my God, what happened? They all disappeared. Where is that? Hang on. What is that? That is not the four from our paragraph. What was I thinking?
Sure.
There it is.
No.
Isn't it?
Related somehow?
calm juncture attention, she.
Yeah, I don't know where I got those for. Uttara Tantra. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me give it to you next time. Okay?
Okay.
Let's not spend time on it. I'll come back here and get it for you. I thought that was the 4.
Okay.
And it may be, I just don't see it right now. Check this. About 4. Okay. All right, let's go skip it. I maybe it comes later. Let's see. I have a bunch of pages. Okay. Okay, please start here.
Okay. Shantuna. Rikla nipa tadepa suntu mi chepa tang nentu ki riklakma meki tendokpar mimawa kurpa tang.
Yeah, okay. Shandina, what is that, Shandina? Hang on.
The other view,
Chini de la. Okay, so the basis of emptiness within you is called nature.
yep, Rick.
And then Shandina, otherwise, what's that say? Riklar nopo tade pasundu mi chepadang. We wouldn't talk about Rik in terms of 3 separate entities. Okay, we didn't talk about Rik in terms of 3 separate entities. I guess that's talking about the 3 tracks. Okay, and Nyantuki Rik, which is one of those 3, right? The family of the listeners, Hlabma Mete say, when they achieve what?
Nirvana without a remainder.
Yeah, nobody would claim that they dopa.
That they'll return.
Yeah, good. So if this were not the case, if the preceding were not the case, we couldn't talk about nature in terms of 3 different entities, meaning the 3 tracks, and we couldn't talk about those of the Nyentu Rik, the family, using Rik as family, right? As disappearing when they reach Nirvana, okay? In other words, there are other uses of the word Rik, but they are not what we refer to. You can call Rik the 3 kinds of practitioners, family, right? And you can also describe the beliefs of the listener track, but that wouldn't make any sense if that were the Rik we're talking about, which is the basis of emptiness inside you. Okay, so don't confuse it with other Riks, which means family. What's another famous Rik in the diamond way?
Caste?
No.
The classes of Tantra?
The families.
Yeah, the 5 Buddha families. Rigna. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The families. So he's just saying, look, there's lots of Riks running around and don't confuse them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Please read. And so, gang, you didn't do anything yet. I don't know.
He was perfect. He's so perfect.
When you go to Bali and you get all sleepy, and then you go to Surabaya, and you're kind of supposed to speed up a little bit.
Okay.
His helper.
Tekpa Chempo Tupar Kunshi Mena Chikten Lendepe Nam Chang Miurungte Chikten Le De Pe Semki Sabente Kunshi Le Shenpa La Nesu Mirungwar Tenpa Ranglup tung mong mayin par mingyorwa la sope kyun mangpo chukho.
Okay, good. In the Tepa Chimbo Dupa,
In the Mahayana Sangraha,
yeah, it says if there's no kunshi, what do you mean?
I mean, I got you so far.
Okay, if there's no foundation consciousness, then a changchu in which you jikten le depa,
A Bodhi would
a Buddhahood in which you
Enlightenment, right?
beyond this
or
mortal
go beyond this mortal coil
would be mirum.
would be inappropriate.
Okay, yeah, good. In Asanga's Mahayana Sangraha, it says if there's no foundation consciousness, then it would be improper to say that there's an enlightenment where you go beyond the world. Okay, why? Jikten, this has got to be Depa, okay? Jikten ne Depe Senki Saban De. What's that mean?
Because the seeds for the mind in which you can go beyond the world.
Yeah, the seeds for the state of mind where you have gone beyond the world, in other words, reached enlightenment, or arhat. Those seeds have no ne other than kunshi.
Have no place to stay other than foundation consciousness.
Good. Amiru Temba. That's Ranglu Tumo Mayimba.
That is a position that is not shared with our system.
Yeah. So this is a very unique, special, cool teaching of our system. But then it would not be.
Then it would not be, and that would be very problematic.
Yeah, it would not be anymore our special teaching. And you got to go back to the first line.
Oh, Abhidharma Samuchaya. I mean, excuse me, Mahayana Sangraha.
The middle of the first line.
Oh, that if there was no kunshi, you couldn't go beyond.
That's all. If there's no kunshi, then how could we have this super special teaching of ours that the seed for the mind after it goes beyond the world has no other place to exist except the kunshi? Okay, cool. Got it? Okay. If you
That's
say
the only reason there's a kunshi. I mean, come on.
Asanga is saying we like the idea of kunshi for many reasons, but one cool one is the states for the state of mind you get when you become enlightened or arhat. Okay, if there were no kunshi, they would have nowhere else to stay, and then also we would lose a special tenet or position of our teaching, which would be a shame. Okay, of the mind only. Okay, we say they have to have a place to stay. Okay, cool, and that's Rik. Okay, that's nature. That's good.
Nature.
But they do have a place to stay. Okay, got it.
I was panicking. We hadn't heard the word kunshi in a while.
I know. That discussion, I went and got it for you from the Mahayana Sangraha.
Ooh.
If you have a couple hours, seriously, on your own, and you want to go through it on your own, I think it would be profitable for you. And I'll give you that as a homework. Okay, I don't want you to translate the whole thing. It's 2 pages here, but could you look it over and give us some of the points that strike you? When I say some of the points that strike you in a difficult text, I mean the few parts that you really understand. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, like if I don't understand the whole page, I'll take 2 or 3 parts and explain them to you guys. And I won't mention the other parts. But
I will do my best.
I go through here. This is where he says, look, this Kunchi is a special teacher in the mind only school. And if the Ricks don't live there, then we really lose something valuable. Okay. All right. And if you can't do the whole thing, just do this as much as you can. Okay.
Okay, I'll try as much as I can. Yeah.
It's a beautiful conversation, actually. Okay. Let's go to we need Rob Haggerty,
Eggs.
Yeah.
the wise man from Seattle.
So I'm in Seattle currently.
All right.
Okay. I'll make some mistakes, Mr. Haggerty. Pay attention. Okay, here we go. Kelte. Teta na. Uh-oh. Stuff's happening. Kerik topne rangshin to nepe. Rick mepar. Cure.
Hold on, where'd you go?
Cure. Hmm?
I lost when he moved it. Is it?
I'm sorry, that's my fault. Mepa Gura.
Kita gura tang. Ngawani ki kui.
I know that's not it, but I just don't know.
That is actually it, but
Is it? We? I've
yeah.
never heard that. Yeah, okay.
You do ye su gyorte.
Oh, that was a mistake again. Thank you.
Sakme ki saventeni kenki
Enki, any vowel followed by an S, please.
ki tepar jepat samshik kerik yinla teni kyang gyor yula braise.
I don't know how to say it. Sorry. So
Dre.
B- Dre? Okay.
Yeah,
Dre.
fruit,
Oh,
yeah.
Dre. Okay.
Yep. Trebor mepar shepe chirtang. Rang shindu nepe rik ngwani ki kui yor shepe na kuyo ki
Kyo? No, it's a hard one. Sorry.
kiki lukte yang ma mepa mayin no shena.
Wow.
Oh.
Very long sentence. Let's do the end so we know where we're going. Kyuki Lukde Yang, your system also is not without ma.
Wounds.
Yeah, it's not without its own problems. Okay?
Wars.
Somebody's gonna come up to us and say, okay, everything's fine. There's two kinds of Rick. One is the one that's been there forever. One is the good things you do later, like go to Nick's Nuts classes and cause other Rick to develop, okay? This system of yours is not without its own problems, okay? And now let's go see what he says. Tetana, okay? With the Kelte means, suppose someone comes and gives us this shtick.
Yeah.
Okay? Suppose somebody comes and says, you're also not without your own mistakes, okay? The Kelte means, suppose someone comes. What do they say? Here's the quotation starts here.
Detana, if you're a Gyadrik, if you're seeds that need to be cultivated.
Yeah, and I want to draw your attention to two important words here.
Okay.
Sometimes all of these discussions are shortened to 2 words of 2 sentences each. Nirik and Girik.
Yeah.
Say Girik.
Girik.
Nirik.
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 Nirik is the
wrong generic seeds from forever.
Have been in you forever. And Girik means
Seeds that need to be
developable nature. Developable nature. Ge means to grow. Okay, so Detana, okay. let's suppose we get a Gehrig. Okay, let's suppose we go to mixed nuts class. Okay, we get the nature which is developable. Okay, not the one which was there forever. Okay, Topne. Then once you get the Gehrig, well, wouldn't you lose the Nerik?
Right. Once you, as soon as you get a seed that needs to be developed, don't you just lose all those seeds that didn't need developing since beginningless whenever?
Once you develop your natural nature, it's not a natural nature anymore. It's a developed nature. It used to be. Okay, like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, nice point, right? Ngonyi ki kui gyu te chus du che security. And in that case, the cause which brings about your emptiness body.
Yeah.
Okay, your emptiness body would have to be a duce.
A produced thing.
Yeah, a changing thing. Okay, because you went to class and your Buddha nature got developed. In fact, it got developed so much we can't call it primordial anymore. And then we'd have to say that your emptiness body was brought into existence, which is illegal within a non-changing thing. Okay, got it? Okay. Duce security. Sak meki sabadeni. Can get there but some shik. If you start with a sak meki saban.
Yeah, if you start with an immaculate seed or a seed from immaculate things.
Good. And you depa it with a gen.
And you nurture it, you develop it with a condition.
Good. Then it becomes good.
Then it becomes a developable.
Yeah, a developed nature. Okay. They need can yula, and then both of the ricks have a gyu.
Then both of the natures have a cause.
Have causes. Okay. Then both of the natures have causes. Okay. The one that you always had also has causes now because you developed it with your classroom time. Okay, got it? Then both of your natures have causes. Kengi ni kyang jur yula. But Debur Maple Shepichu. But you're also saying those causes don't have a dibble.
Those causes don't have a result.
Yeah, because you say Ngon Yiku is doing it.
Because you say that the essence body is unproduced.
Yeah, the essence body is emptiness. It's unproduced. How can you say it's developed? How can you say that classroom time helps you develop something which cannot change? Okay, it's cool. There should be children. Ranshin to never ringo nikur shepe. You say, and if you say that the Rangshin Nering, the natural Buddha nature, is the cause of the Ngonyiku, of the Buddha's emptiness body, nature body, okay? Then after all this, if you say when you get enlightened, you have an emptiness body, but then you say that emptiness body has a cause, then I think we can also conclude that your own system is also not without its own problems. Okay. We went to the end first, right? I think we can conclude that your system is also not without its own problems. Okay. And it is a greasy system. It is a greasy system. How the hell can you develop something which is an absence?
Yeah.
You make space, you know. What the hell are you talking about that you take a seed that has no cause and cannot grow and you cultivate it with your classroom time? What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Didn't it bother you guys? I don't know.
It certainly did.
Please, Reverend, you didn't get to criticize the word. It's really rewarding. So let's do it. Okay.
All right. Ila jupar jawate. Nepe tang hu. Nupar minute. Minute. Sak meki saban kengi te par jepe seyang tupa lenmang tu chepe chung tang teni sampa lenmang tu chepe tring tang teni kompa lenmang tu chepe chen por pelwa sam yin la saban ki nupo teni sardu kepa mingi te che ki hlenchik je kentang.
Good. Whoa. Okay. Tila jupachate. Let me explain to you how you can take an unchanging thing and develop it. Yes, we're waiting. Okay. Nyepa tang pu nepa midete. The first of the problems you brought up doesn't hurt us. It cannot hurt us. Okay. It cannot hurt us. Why? What's really happening is that your sakmeki saban.
Immaculate seeds.
Yeah, which is very Abhidharma language. You're immaculate, and you guys are so lucky to be getting all the schools at the same time. They understand these words. Sakmeki saban. You start with a immaculate seed, and you kengi tepa. You don't kepa.
You develop them. You develop the conditions.
You don't kepa.
You don't start them.
Yeah, you don't start them. You're just furthering them.
This is the other guy, right?
No, this is us, right?
Jason Kappa.
This is us.
Yeah, this is us. This is us. Yeah. When you do further them with your classroom time in the mixed nuts, what's really happening? You are doing tupa len mung du che 60 times a term.
You're listening to.
Yeah, you're doing a hell of a lot of listening. Classroom, okay? And that's how you achieve the smaller form of this summon. That's how you further it to its first development. First of 3 stages. You get a lot of classroom time, and that takes it to the first stage. Then what happens?
Anticipatory translation again.
You can guess what's coming next. If you can say anticipatory translation, or you can say anybody can guess what's coming next.
2 minutes.
Then you samba lenma.
Contemplate a bunch of time.
Contemplate many times, and that brings you to ding tepa.
Middling seeds.
Okay, and then you go by that.
Then you meditate on that.
And mangdu.
Many times.
You do it, and you get huge spread seeds.
That powers the natural seed. Yeah, and that increases it. Sam, that's all. Saben ki nobody started kepa man. No sphere has kept anything sardu.
Nothing fresh has been born at all.
Yeah, we're just DJ.
We're just developing.
Yeah, and it's not a mugyu, it's a senchichekian.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
Is this one of the Kens? No. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the fertilizer, the water.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not the nirlingigu.
It's not the material cause. It's just a contributing factor, dude.
Yeah, listen, nothing has changed into anything. We just got extra stuff going on that helps the process.
Whoa.
That's still contradictory, if I may say so.
He just said the same thing he said like 3 paragraphs ago.
I don't know. I think it's really cute. I think it's really cute.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you have something interesting to do next time.
Yay.
It's awesome.
Word.
The chat exploded with very interesting discussion.
Yeah. I think the students might even talk about this between classes, but I don't know. Okay. All right. Grandpa's going to bed, you guys.
Good night.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Get some good
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Have a good time. And thank you. You know, if there's no students, the teacher can't do anything. So
I'm here for you again.
I'm looking forward to it. And I appreciate you producing more students. That's a good idea.
We'll
All
see.
Thanks for all that you're doing, Geshe-la. Thank you so much, everybody.
Anything
Thank
new?
you. Thank you.
No, everybody just have a good rest. We're gonna grind some more tomorrow, so
Okay.
get a good sleep.
And I really encourage people. Somebody asked me. We had a visitor here from LA, and a second refugee, and he said, "How can you work so hard, Geshe-la?" And I said, "Well, it's to be honest, it's partly that I try to get exercise every day. I really do, as my friends know, and so I really, really encourage you to do one of the yoga classes. We got 2 yoga classes to choose from. And if you don't do the yoga, it's just stupid. And when you get to my age, you'll regret it. Okay. Because your body stops working, you know. So please, it's important. It's really important for the class and for your health. Okay. It's not just some kind of entertainment or something like that. It's not entertaining at all, in fact. Okay. You guys.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, and have a good day, those of you who are starting your day.
Have a good day.
Nice horses, Stanley.
Bye, everybody.